Hey guys, and welcome back to Mika Reacts and Reviews, where we react and review to things on the internet. And today we are returning to George Carlin, and we will be reacting to his stand-up clip of human behavior. It was uploaded 4 years ago, has 624,000 views and 11,000 likes. So we're gonna get right into it. But before we do, if you like these type of videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell to get the notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support this channel even further, you can donate. My PayPal me link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. It really does help, guys, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, and subscribe, and sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. All right, here you go.
Humans do some really interesting things. Like, besides killing ourselves, we also kill each other. Murder. And we're the only ones who do that, by the way. We're the only species on Earth that deliberately kills members of our own species for personal gain. Or pleasure. Sometimes it's just fun. We're also the only species that deliberately kills members of another species for personal gain. Or pleasure. That's what hunters do. They kill for pleasure. That's us. Human beings. Interesting folks. Murderers. Here's an interesting form of murder we come up with. Assassination. You know what's interesting about assassination? Well, not only does it change those popularity polls in a big fucking hurry, but it's also interesting to notice who it is we assassinate. Do you ever notice who it is? Stop to think of who it is we kill. It's always people who've told us to live together in harmony and try to love one another. Jesus, Gandhi, Lincoln, John Kennedy, Bobby Kennedy, Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, John Lennon. They all said, try to live together peacefully. Bam! Right in the fucking head.
All right, gonna stop there at the applause. I don't do it on a punchline. Some of you guys come at my neck in the comment section. But anyway, I agree with him on one half and not sure on the other half. I don't think humans are the only animals or mammals on the planet that only kill for personal gain, because I think survival is personal gain. Many animals kill each other to survive. That's personal gain. And even in tribes of lions, the male lion will kill the female babies that were produced by the prior male lion because he only wants his offspring to be bred within the pride. And that's kind of personal gain, and I would say pride and selfishness. So I don't necessarily agree, and I'm pretty sure there's many other examples where animals kill themselves and each other out of personal gain. Orangutans, gorillas, monkeys can be really vicious towards their own kind. Like, you can be bullied to death in these tribes. So I don't know what they call, like, gorilla, monkey tribes. I'm just calling them tribes. But anyway, so I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I understand what he's talking about. But yes, it is interesting that a lot of our great leaders who try to bring us together, that try to preach unity, that also try to kind of lift the veil off of people's eyes about the higher ups and the powers to be, manipulating us, dividing us, tricking us, lying to us, using us, are the ones who usually are assassinated. I'm sure there's others who have been assassinated throughout the history, but yeah, that is really interesting. All right, let's continue.
Apparently, we're not ready for that. Yeah, that's difficult behavior for us. Yes. We're too busy sitting around trying to think up ways to kill each other. Here's one we came up with. It's efficient, too. Genocide, you know? Killing large numbers of people simply because they don't look like you, they don't talk like you, and they don't have the same kind of hats you do. You ever notice that anytime you see two groups of people who really hate each other, chances are good they're wearing different kind of hats. Keep an eye on that, it might be important. But anytime there's genocide, there are always mass graves. Right? Every time we kill some dictator and go marching through his country, we always find mass graves. Thousands and thousands of dead bodies of people the dictator killed. And everybody over here gets horrified. Wow, mass graves, whoa. Well, shit, what's a guy supposed to do with a couple thousand people he just killed? Dig separate holes? Fuck that shit. It's labor intensive. Get real. The whole idea of killing a large number of people at one time in one place is convenience, efficiency. Throw them in the fucking hole. Look at it this way. At least the dictator had the decency to throw a little dirt on them. Give the guy some credit. Dictator's a busy man. Got a lot on his mind. Like trying to figure out who's planning to kill him so he can pick them up, put them in prison, and torture them. Here's another one of our interesting, heartwarming behaviors we came up with. Somewhere along the way, torturing each other.
Sure.
You want to hear a really cool torture that the Romans invented? They also used it as a form of capital punishment. It's really creative. They would take the guy in question, stuff him in a burlap sack, seal the sack up real tight, and throw it in the river. But, and here's the creative part, inside the sack with the guy, they would put a dog, a monkey, and a snake. Okay? A dog, a monkey, and a snake. That's fucking creative. Imagine being inside a burlap sack underwater in the dark, sitting next to a drowning monkey. Think he'd be moving around a little bit? The dog would be going ape shit, we know that. And the snake, well, he'd probably be getting curious about what all the activity was inside the sack. He might do anything. But whatever he did, it would probably involve venom and his teeth. You know what you'd be doing? You'd be praying to God that the snake bit the monkey and the dog ate the snake. Praying. Yeah, then.
All right, stopping there on the applause. Genocide is not just because someone looks different than you or a different religion or something like that. It's a lot of times it's to gain power, and also people who have a different ideology as you and different belief system as you, people who can be as clever or as intelligent as you, because then they can also maybe gain power themselves and then overthrow your power. That's why people always say, like, people who believe in socialism, communism, you're going to be the first in the gulags because you knew how it worked. You knew the inside of the plan, so you had to be the first to go because you can't have anybody of the same caliber of intelligence and know-how as you, because then they can someday overtake you, right? So, yeah, genocide. It's really, really sad, horrible, gruesome, vicious, violent. And I think they just found like a mass grave in Canada or something, some school or something like that. Yeah, but anyway, what he said about, dictators are busy. I've never really admired dictators per se, but you have to say that dictators do have a certain level of intelligence, a charisma to be able to control that many people. Or people are just really stupid and gullible, and people from a young age was trained to follow and to obey and to submit. So that's another thing. But even like with cult leaders, if you like learn about some of these cult leaders, like they were like nobodies, but then they got like doctors and lawyers and professors and scientists, like really smart people to get indoctrinated into their cult. So there's something about cult leaders and dictators that is something kind of interesting about them themselves and being able to yield so much control. Most of them are sociopaths, and sociopaths are usually quite intelligent and really good at influencing and manipulating people's emotions, because they have to quite study people's emotions and they have to study human behavior, so they learn how to mimic it themselves. But yeah, there's no here, no there, so let's get back into George Carlin. All right, here you go.
Then it would be just you and the dog, man and his best friend, drowning together.
Now you're trying to survive.
Maybe before you died, you could teach him a few tricks.
Dog would
roll over and play dead wouldn't be too difficult, would it? Just a thought, just a playful thought. By the way, I assume you're noticing that all these activities I'm mentioning, murder, torture, genocide, these are all things human beings do, not animals, those creatures we feel superior to. This is us. Here's another one of our spiritually uplifting activities. We don't do this one much anymore, but it used to be really big. Human sacrifice. I miss that. The Aztecs loved human sacrifice, and they were good at it.
Brutal.
Well, they got a lot of practice. For instance, right around the year 1500, the Aztecs sacrificed 80,000 people in one ceremony. Okay? 80,000 people, one ceremony. You know what the occasion was? They were opening a new temple. Nothing like religion for a little entertainment, huh? Especially that old-time religion. Know how the Aztecs went about their sacrificing? Here's how they did it. They would do it right out in public, right in front of everybody, big town, beautiful city square, 20, 30,000 people looking on. They would take the guy, lay him on an altar, cut his chest open, pull his heart out, and hold it up in the air while it was still beating. Got that? Cut his chest open, pull his heart out, and hold it up in the air while it was still beating. You know what you call that? Theater. That is fucking theater. And although the procedure may have been a little too crude to be considered the first bypass surgery, it could easily be seen as an early form of organ donor program. The Aztecs, human beings, just like us. Not too long ago, 500 years, Columbus had already landed. This is just south of here, Mexico. And by the way, those hearts did not go to waste. Because right after the ceremonies, the royal family, naturally, would enjoy another one of our amusing activities, cannibalism. Imagine that, chowing down on another human being. You gotta be all out of beef jerky, man. You gotta be really fucking hungry. But it happens, doesn't it? It still happens to this day. Bunch of people stranded in the wilderness, run out of Pop-Tarts, gotta eat something. Might as well be Steve. And how do you decide who to eat first? How do you decide who's first on the barbecue rack? Do you pick on the little guy because he's skinny and he can't fight back? Or do you all gang up on the bodybuilder because he got a lot of steaks and chops on him?
Oh, you gang on the
These are
fat
things
person.
human beings have to consider. One more of these charming diversions of ours, necrophilia. Huh? Now there's a hobby for you. Fucking a corpse. Takes a special kind of guy, don't you think? But it happens. More than you might think. It happens among humans. Animals don't do that. Animals don't fuck their dead. A rat will do a lot of gross things, but he will not fuck a dead rat. It wouldn't even occur to him. Only a human being would think to fuck someone who just died.
Or been dead.
We gotta be the most interesting critters on the planet. And then we wonder why a UFO doesn't just land and say hello.
All right, guys, that was George Carlin, Human Behavior. Once again, I don't necessarily think he's correct about the whole animal thing. I watch a lot of animal nature shows, and I've seen animals do things just out of personal gain, out of jealousy, out of fear, of just irrational fear. Like, again, a lot of orangutans will attack another orangutan just for looking different. So I don't think that's true. And a lot of people will say, like, at the end of the day, to the core of human beings, we have lizard brains, right? We whittle us back down to our animal instincts, our animalistic behaviors. And if you want to know if anything's really ingrained in human behavior, just look at the animal kingdom. So I don't know if that's entirely true, and maybe he knows that and he just needed it for the stand-up. I do agree with him. I don't think animals fuck the dead. And if I was in a tribe of people and we needed to pick on someone who to eat first, it would be the fattest person. And I'm sure that would be considered fat phobia, but hey, it's survival. Nobody cares about your feelings. And the whole, like, Aztec thing, like, the Aztecs were brutal, but a lot of Aborigines and natives were brutal. Human sacrifice was a thing back then, and it still goes on today, and even like honor killings and stuff like that. The country I'm in right now, they had like a bride thing where, like, if your husband died, they burned the dead bodies, and the wives would jump onto the burning bodies with their husbands alive. Crazy shit. Like, we've come a long way. We should be very happy about this. But a lot of people like to pretend that, like, natives and the people here before, you know, it was colonized, they were just like tree-hugging, nature-loving people who just ran around and just loved. No, they were brutal. Like, of course they had good things about them too, and they were loving, and they had families and wives and community, but they were brutal human beings. I would not want to be alive back then. Can you imagine being the guy who's getting sacrificed laying there with his chest plate open? Like, do you think they just saw it as like an honor to be sacrificed, or were they scared to death? They're probably scared to death. Insane, crazy. I loved it, funny. I just don't agree with the whole, like, animals don't do things that humans do because they do animals things. I think animals run off of a lot of survival instincts and animal instincts, but survival in itself is personal gain. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell to get the notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support this channel even further, You can donate. My PayPal me link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. It really helps, guys, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, and subscribe. I also have a travel vlog channel. I travel as a lifestyle, so if you'd like to know where I am in the world, please go in the description box below, hit the link, and also in the comment section. Go subscribe to my travel vlog channel and or follow me on Instagram. My stories is usually what's most updated. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye!